3 women died and go up to heaven. Keys to my a better entry screening process. If heaven's tenants, even the landlord need to lock, what's God got in there that needs the lightning bolt targeting system? More likely the stabilizing algorithm for maximum information entropy. You know. 'Cause he has to hear billions of prayers all at once. Recycled joke, but funny nonetheless. Smiley face, smiley face, smiley face. The Indian version of this joke is much better. The title is a joke in itself. That's good. Is God a mere man? I'm guessing he misses hanging out with Mary Magdalene. Now that's funny LMFAO. A dad was putting his daughter to bed, and she said her nightly prayers. I liked this one, thanks. 1010 did not expect that ending. I'm expecting the mailman died that morning. Usually the milkman or postman or neighbor dies. When I first heard this it was the mailman. Ah, good old 597. Smiley face, smiley face, smiley face, smiley face, smiley face, smiley face, smiley face. Dead. Like the old saying cheaters never win. Snicker. What is this? Repost of the year contestant. This joke has been posted like 6 times this week already. Smiley face, smiley face, smiley face, smiley face. Like those Who's in the Ants flashback in Jim Carrey Grinch. Honey, our baby's here, he looks just like your boss. Accepting you're gonna throw up has got to be one of the most humbling things. It's like losing an arm wrestling contest with nature. I once spent like 30 minutes battling back some bad Chinese food. The longer I held on, the worse my stone felt until I finally just gave up, walked to the toilet, and let go. Instantly felt way better. When the mouth feels extra saliva, why? I accept it's time to worship the porcelain throne. Why don't we get more of Amy? It's always like nothing and then I'm gonna throw up immediately. Like, can't I have at least a couple minutes so I don't have to sprint to the bathroom when I'm sick? Man, most of the time I'm hurling. It's a good thing because I was feeling like shit right until then, so hopefully I'll get a split second of relief. You gotta admit, the initial hurl does feel amazing. Dry heaves are like dragging your balls on a cactus, though. I found out my girlfriend is really a ghost. It's not your fault. She should have been more transparent with you. I think my girlfriend has an invisibility fetish. Just last night she said she thinks we should stop seeing each other. That's the spirit. Flushed face. Holy shit. I would have seen straight through her. Not when she slimed you. Drop dead gorgeous, huh? So that's why she wears see-through clothes when she comes over to my place. It's her theme. That explains why everything slips through her fingers. I thought she was just clumsy. This joke lacks substance. Ghost? I thought you said goat. Is that why she keeps calling you her boo? Good one. There's nothing worse than being ghosted. That's a whole lot of sheets to wash. This is better than anything in 2-sentence horror. Would you say she's your boo? Boo. Did she used to date Monty Teo? I heard Ops GF never calls back and leaves you on read. The amount of jokes in this comment section. I'm a crematory operator manager. AMA. Does a person's ashes typically include the remains of the casket, their garments and anything else about their person at the time of cremation? Also, how is it gathered up to be handed over? What did you do with my wife's titanium kneecaps? Do other people's ash remnants get mixed in with the person being cremated? I imagine it's hard to 100% guarantee I am getting all grandma and not a little bit of some other dude in the urn. Is there a maximum size of a body that can be cremated? What would happen if the person me is being cremated had their body cavity filled with popcorn bacon? How long does it take to cremate an average sized? Much is left pound-wise of an average sized all the cremains handed over to the family, or do larger bone chunks get separated? Apparently we weren't allowed to keep my grandma's artificial joints, and it's standard not to return implanted medical devices items with the cremains. What's that all about? Little Johnny walked up to a security guard at the mall and said, "I've lost my mother. Can you help me find her?" A man walked up to the most beautiful woman in the supermarket and asked, "You know, I have lost my wife here in the supermarket. Can you talk to me for a couple of minutes?" The woman is intrigued and asks him, "Why?" The man replies, "Because every time I start talking to a beautiful woman, my wife appears out of nowhere." In a similar, boy crying at the mall and a policeman sees him, crouches down beside him and asks, "What's wrong, young fella?" Little boy says, "I was with my granddad and now I can't find him." "Don't worry," said the cop, "will find him." "What's he like?" Little boy thinks for a moment and then says, "Bell's whiskey and women with big tits." "Well, I guess we'll soon find her," says the guard, proudly puffing out his chest, pulling out a half bottle of Stoli. Little Johnny is like Bart Simpson, both never age. I don't get it. Man goes for his annual prostate exam. Now for this part of the exam you're going to feel my hands on your shoulders. Annual? Mine is every other week. I thought when they told me it was a digital exam there was going to be electronics. I'm going to need you to put your pants over there right on top of mine. Just had a prostate exam, and I did not get laid on the table. My urologist kept wanting to check my prostate. Decided a trip to Taco Bell and some laxatives the night prior would correct that behavior. Bro, gonna learn. I think you misspelled annual. A guy went for a prostate exam and the doctor told him please take your underwear, to which the guy responded, I am not such a guy. We need to kiss a bit first. Good ol' 15. The man's name? Albert Einstein. The man sat down and cried. Men of Reddit. What does it feel like when you're about to nut? Like your dick's about to sneeze. This is the most Reddit post I've ever seen. Dreamlike. You can feel your ability to think vanish and then afterwards slowly return to you. If you are a woman asking, it varies about as much as your orgasms do. Some are really nice, well-needed releases that help you relax. Some are earth-shatteringly powerful, so much so you feel your entire body buckle and fall to your knees. Some are sometimes just fine. Some leave our bodies tingling and muscles spasming all over. Feels better than the actual nutting. It feels alright. I forget. Let me check real quick. It feels like a pressure building between your balls and gooch prostate. As it builds pressure, it stimulates an erogenous area until the body cannot take it anymore and releases. Men. What is one thing you wish women knew about foreplay? If you're doing it like it's out of obligation, or it seems like you're not enjoying yourself, or are doing it reluctantly, it will do more harm than good and completely turn me off. I say me because I can't speak for all guys. I enjoy it more if you enjoy it. The slow rubbing and strokes feel so much better than the speed jerk. Lol. My penis isn't something you need to forcefully pull off. Getting the correct grip is so important. Only had 4 awesome hand jobs from women and it's a skill most don't have. Can't blame them, I know the perfect wank from decades of experience. Big spoon. I'm a tall, big man. And I'm always the big spoon. Sometimes a brother wants to be held. Yo! The first step of foreplay is initiating. If you're not doing this 50 of the time, do better. That getting married doesn't mean we suddenly stop liking blowjobs. My girlfriend keeps accusing me of cheating. My wife suspected I had been cheating after she found all the letters I was said she would never play Scrabble with me again. It's coming full circle. Was it clear what you had done, or did she have to spell it out for you? Love how this conversation took a delightfully unexpected turn. Smiley face. Too many whooshes here? Then tell the truth and accept your fate that she is your wife. Ha ha ha. Prove her right and cheat. Me introducing my girlfriend to my family. My wife and children, WTF? Then cheat. Maybe she has cheated on you, and then project the blame to you. Haha, wife bad. Is this a joke? Usually means she's done something bad. She's projecting her own shame and guilt. Maybe she's done her research and knows what she knows, and I said maybe otherwise she's the one being unfaithful. Cheating? What's that? Percentage tipping is weird because a customer buying a more expensive meal had nothing to do with the server. I always thought this too. Would make more sense if it was based on the number of dishes, number of drinks. Why does the driver get more money if I order more food? It's the same distance. Required tipping in general is weird. It incentivizes servers to upsell when they're expecting a percentage of the bill. In that way it acts as commission, which tips should really be replaced by anyways. It makes more sense if it's a multi-course meal and there's a lot going on for the server and the diner. Wine pairings with courses and timing and all that. But if it's just like entree and done, it doesn't make sense. Sometimes the tips just go to the whole team at the restaurant and it's divided afterwards. It's less weird when you realize the point of tipping is to minimize how much the restaurant has to pay their employees. It provides an incentive for the server to increase sales. Till in his later years, Hugh Hefner received $1 million annually for all of his Playboy shares and paid $100 a year to live in the Playboy mansion. Dude was stuck living in the past. The mansion was a shithole later on. In the late 80s, I once saw Hugh Hefner and about 15 to 20 of his entourage entering Disneyland as we were leaving. Unfortunately, this was as close as I ever came to fame and fortune. Bad business decision, Playboy. I would have paid you $200 a year to live in the mansion. The documentary about him was enlightening. Unsurprisingly, he was a post-misogynist who really effed over a lot of women. What an I only wish he would have lived a little longer to reap some of the repercussions of his actions coming to light. Now that's some disposable income. Till mushrooms are the only non-animal food with vitamin D, and their vitamin D levels can be increased by placing them in the sun. Just like humans, mushrooms are also more closely related to humans than they are to plants because they don't have chlorophyll and like us must get their sustenance from their environment. I do like to place my humans out in the sun for a while before I eat them. Delicious vitamin D. Don't cashews and hazelnuts contain vitamin D? We are such stuff as mushrooms are made on. Now I'm curious if mushrooms are vegan. Wasn't this a subplot on The Last of Us? My vitamin gummies are also not animals. Humans aren't animals? Pretty sure any veg oil will contain VT if placed in direct sunlight for a time. Mushrooms are plants and animals and at least 5 different food groups, so it doesn't surprise me that they have bones. Still, the grandniece of China's last emperor is an artist who opened a gallery in Vancouver's Chinatown where she sells her paintings and displays works dedicated to explaining the Qing dynasty. Those paintings look pretty good. She seems like an actual artist, not just a trust fund kid playing in it. The NY Times did an article about local normal people living normal lives who had royal connections, like a woman who took the subway to her bank job and was related to the last king of Yugoslavia. There are a lot more of them than expected. Many in the article had never been in the former motherland. The person that should be Emperor of Korea is a manager at a department store. That's actually pretty cool. This is why I love Reddit. I would have never known about this otherwise. Really interesting. I have a friend who is also related to the last emperor, and she is an artist too. Yuan Shikai would like a word. Still, that English law when discussing trademark infringement uses the moron in a hurry standard. It was famously used in Apple Corporation v. Apple Computer, where it was ruled even a moron in a hurry wouldn't confuse the Beatles label with Apple Computer. I remember headlines from the 80s regarding the Apple Corp versus Apple Computer that was like music and computers have nothing in common. In the early days, you couldn't get Beatles music on iTunes. The Supreme Court of Canada moved away from the moron analysis, adopting in its place consideration of an ordinary hurried purchaser, a standard between that of a moron and a careful and diligent purchaser. Looks like the standards are higher in Canada, eh? Though I'd think hoser in a hurry would roll off the tongue a little better. Also, man on the Clapham Omnibus. World Wildlife Fund versus World Wrestling Federation. Easy to confuse. Till that during COVID, several airlines offered flights to nowhere, where the airplane would start and land at the same airport. In Australia you couldn't fly between most cities due to state border restrictions. There were a few companies that started chartering Boeing 777s to fly down between Australia and Antarctica to see the aurora australis. Flights took off and landed back in the same city 12-14 hours later without stopping, and people got to see the southern lights from the window seat. Genius. Hey bro, pollution levels are down since everybody's stuck inside. What do you say? Me and this pilot pumped some exhaust into the atmosphere for no good reason. Till that in order to host the Super Bowl, host cities must provide the NFL exclusive access to 3 top quality, 18-hole area golf courses at no cost so it can host a tournament on Super Bowl weekend. No cost to the NFL, that is. Not sure how they golfed a few years ago when Minneapolis hosted the Super Bowl, but okay. Minnesota checking in. Would you settle for a frozen pond for a hockey tournament? Obviously not a make-or-break requirement for a Super Bowl, being as you can only play golf in certain places at that time of year. So taxpayers pay for the stadiums, while the multi-billion-dollar company can't even pay to play golf on the side. Gee, the giant rich company with millionaire players don't have to pay for something? Gadzooks. Still, that the reason we see fewer fireflies nowadays is because there are genuinely fewer of them. 1 in 3 North American firefly species are at risk of extinction, with some species already being officially listed as critically endangered. Leave your leaves. Fireflies depend on fallen leaves for egg laying. Also good for your lawn and garden beds. Plant some areas of your yard with native plants. People talk about milkweed for butterflies, but this summer our milkweed was like the hottest singles club for fireflies. Leave areas of leaves in your yard, and do not use pesticides. No, I saw them the first time in 20 years when I moved to my new house. They're so beautiful. And here I thought only children can see them. What are some unspoken rules within the girl code? If your friend throws a party and not that many people show up, you stay the whole night and have a good fucking time. This rule really applies to everyone though, male or female. Look out for other girls when they're drunk. Similarly, if they leave the room, make sure no one spikes their drink. If a strange woman comes up, pretends she knows you and tells you that there's a guy creeping her out, you greet her like your long-lost friend. Then you help her get someplace safe. If a girl asks you to do a period stain check, you lag back and check her behind for stains. No exceptions. The bathroom is a sacred place for positivity and encouragement. Sharing a smile, a compliment, or a tampon will never cost you as much as you gain. The friends made there might be temporary, but they are sincere. What's a popular advice saying that is pure BS? If you're doing what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. Bullshit, and I say this as someone who loves their job and I'm my own boss. But that doesn't mean every workday is fun. Some days, work is just work. Whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. The doctors who treated World War I veterans suffering from shell shock as they called it then would disagree. These people were often permanently in a near unresponsive state, though fully conscious and with only minor physical can be broken beyond the possibility for healing. Just because you suffered doesn't mean someone else should have to. Everything happens for a reason. Please don't ever say this to someone who is grieving a tragic loss. There is no good reason to lose someone to violence. What's going on right now that most people have no idea about? The Ocean Cleanup Initiative has a new system to clean up an area the size of a football field every 5 seconds. The previous one extracted 282,787 kilograms of trash from the Pacific Ocean, so we're also working on interceptors for rivers that have collected over 840 tons of trash, and has a long way to go, but they have lots of support and they're making amazing progress. Okay, now back to the bad news, smiley face. What's perfectly legal to do, but makes you look like a psychopath if you do it? Digging a hole at night, entering an elevator full of people and not turning to face the door, staring at people, wearing my favorite tuxedo and then going for a jog with my arms folded the whole time. I saw a guy at Costco scooping brownie mix into his Coke. Oregon has some kind of old law that allows you to be naked if you're protesting something. Bringing a glass of water to the gym instead of a resealable plastic water bottle. Eating in the shower. Eating a hot dog sideways. Flossing your teeth at a restaurant. Putting Gatorade in a Windex bottle and drinking it at a park will get the cops called on you. Eating spaghetti in a public restroom. Completely legal, but very frowned upon. Especially if you do it loudly. Which singer can actually really sing? Oh, me. The dude who sang Cheerleader. I had a friend in high school go to a concert where he played and without autotune it's so bad. Whitney Houston strongly believed that Paula Abdul couldn't sing. Biz Markie. And everyone loved him for it anyway. Victoria Beckham aka Posh Spice. At the Spice Girls reunion tour, each member did a solo. When it was her turn I was on the edge of my seat because I couldn't imagine what the plan was. She stalked seductively onto the stage and twirled around a bit to the music, didn't so much as hum, which was probably wise. Luanda Lesseps. JLo obviously. DJ Khaled. Neither is he really a DJ, nor a singer. I really do wonder why he is famous. You hear about foot fetishes but not hand fetishes. A hand fetish is mostly a woman thing, feet fetish is mostly a man thing. Women talk less about their fetishes and rarely pay for sexual content, so that the reason you rarely hear about that. Yoshikage Kira would like to have a word with you. I had an ex that killed for my hands. I didn't think anything of them until she said something. Whenever she was in a bad mood I'd send her a picture of my hands and she would be like 30 better at least. That's because you will summon JoJo fans by talking about it, not unless you're a good Vorin. Our man hands would like a word with you. Kira Yoshikage has entered the chat. What about voice fetishes? I'm a woman. So what can those hands do? Sounds like you only talk to other people with foot fetishes. Hand fetishes are incredibly common. I personally have a huge thing for hands and forearms.